Welcome back, my friends, to the Psychic Next Door. I want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to tune in and watch our videos, as well as for your overwhelming support for subscribing, liking, and even commenting on my videos. I'm truly grateful. My goal today and always is going to be to provide you clarity and peace through these spirit-driven messages. Remember, these are just general readings, not one-to-one, so if it doesn't resonate, just leave it behind, my friends. This reading was created for our beautiful Libra friends for the month of June. However, it is a timeless reading and can resonate at any given period. Let's talk a little bit about the world of astrology for the beginning of the month of June. So we have some excellent opportunities for all signs to seize the day. On June 3rd, we have a full moon in Sagittarius, which opens the door to grow and develop your network. On June 5th, the planet Venus is in Leo. This is the time, guys, to stop and smell the roses. Enjoy your life a little, okay? Do something that allows you guys to be present and enjoy the moment. And finally, June 11th, Mercury is in Gemini. This is the time to pitch, propose, and put all of your ideas into words and make that sale, okay? All right, let's get started, my friends. We are going to choose 2 decks for this reading. And it looks like we're going for the 2 monologies for my beautiful Libra friends. While I shuffle these cards, we are going to touch upon the information that we received from our off-camera meditation. Then we will pull some tarot cards for clarification. And finally, at the end for you guys, we are going to pull 1 motivational insight card. Okay? All right, let's get to it. So, Libra, you have one hell of a month. And actually, one hell of a year on the way. The first phrase I heard for you guys was money, love, and power. You can have it all. Wow. What a bold statement right out of the gate, right? And they advised, and when I say they, I'm referring to the spirit guides, all of this can come to you and for you in the year 2024. Okay? But it looks like we have to make some steps here, perhaps a little pivoting and some reflection time to get to the next stages of what's coming for you, okay? So, they want you guys to take a beat and reflect. Now, you're an individual who often goes full force with anything and everything you need to do until you absolutely hit a brick wall. And then sometimes you just keep going as well, right? They want you guys to know that in order for you to reach the next stage of your journey, you need to take, and I quote, a few days off. Now, while this may seem like a ludicrous idea to my beautiful Libra friends, this is absolutely necessary. Okay? They realize you have a million and one things that you need to get done, as always. But truthfully, this is essential for you to reach the next stage, okay, in your life. Very similar to the Gemini reading. You seem to be kind of going in circles a bit with some stagnant energy, stagnant feelings, tied to maybe all parts of your life, right? So they gave us a little outline for you that they'd like you to consider in this reflection mode. So here's what they've done. They've provided a bit of an outline for you for those 3 days that you should be taking off, okay? The first day, they want you to, quote, do you. Simply take this day to unwind, do the hobbies that you enjoy, perhaps even schedule a nap in there. Take some time outside in nature without any form of electronics, okay? And of course this will happen because you're always in go mode. You're going to come through this day with perhaps a little frustration because you're going to have some thoughts of things that you need to take care of because that's how you roll, right? Stop yourself from those thoughts, okay? And redirect yourself. Redirect yourself to some peace and just being in the moment that you're currently in, okay? Now, day 2 and 3, they know that you are ready to get back at it, okay? You need to have a little bit better balance, okay? So incorporate the things that you need to get done as far as the reflection. You want to reflect on your business, on relationships in general, and you want to ask yourself, where do you want to be with these? And what do I need to do to get there? For some of you, in some situations, and I think some of you will cringe because you're better at working solo, they're saying that some outside opinions and teamwork are often crucial to getting to the next stages in business. In addition, for those of you that are currently in, let's say, X industry, okay, they want you to go outside of this current industry you're in and kind of go with what you know as far as what your experience has brought to you, whether it be through education, through previous employment opportunities, and perhaps consider doing some contract work, okay? Don't be afraid to mix it up. You don't have to do just what you're doing in your line of work and not look outside of this, right? Sometimes mixing it up, doing something totally different, let's say on a part-time basis, on a contractual basis, really kind of re-energizes you. And it will also refresh you. The last points they wanted me to bring to your attention were the 2 words, be open. Be open, okay? I know, Libra, this can often be tough. They're telling me that many of you are workaholics and that your energy is 85%, 90% focused around that. But in order for you to get those other things you want in your life, and perhaps the next stage of your business venture in your life, you have to do things just a little bit differently. All right? Okay, so we have drawn 4 oracle cards to provide additional clarification or perhaps different messages for you for the month of June. Here we go. The first one we pull is a time for healing. So a lot of you have been put through the ringer, okay? And they're kind of pointing me at like past situations, past relationships, past circumstances. And throughout this year, actually, and actually in 2023, it seems like you've been kind of working through some things. They're providing me the word shadow work, and that's just the trigger word for you doing some work on yourself. I mean, at the end of the day, you're doing healing, you're working on yourself to get through things that perhaps kind of jaded you a bit, okay? So I'm kind of glad to see that, you're incorporating this as well. It's time to take action. Well, if nothing else, you're always taking action, my Libra friends. But what I'm going to tell you is there's a part of your life, and this particular message doesn't make me feel like it's business related. It's more on a personal note. So perhaps you need a change of scenery, okay? Sometimes you just have to pick up and go. And I know clearly that's easier said than done. The costs associated with that, time, effort, and money taken away from other avenues. But I think perhaps to get to the other piece of what you may be missing or what part of you is yearning for that you've kind of put on the back burner, you're going to have to take a couple steps there that are perhaps out of your comfort zone, perhaps may cause a little bit of stress and headache, like a move would, like a shift would, a change in scenery. Perhaps some of you just need a vacation. Some of you just need to go somewhere that looks nothing and feels nothing like your current energy. And I have to say that by doing this, it may very well bring an automatic shift for you as far as wanting to move. Right now, you seem a little more resilient. Perhaps a vacation away from your area of what could be something new for you may help and push that transition for you, okay? It's time to release negative energy, or it's time to release negativity. That's always the case, you know. I think oftentimes it's easier to think of what could go wrong than actually what could go right if you tried something, right? So during your time of reflection, during your time of your days off, if you will, perhaps it's time to let go of some of this, okay? And allow yourself to open yourself up some. Right now they're showing me like a turtle that's, a vision of a turtle that's kind of just, I want to say into themselves, but not into themselves. You're just kind of in your own surroundings and you just kind of keep to yourself, right? And sometimes, as much as that's a form of comfort for you, you kind of have to step outside of that, right? And that in turn helps release some of the things that you've been holding on to, okay? And the fourth card is believe in the impossible. Listen, some of you may think, I'm never going to find the person I'm meant to be with. I don't know if that person that is meant for me is even out there at this point. The fact is, are you doing the same things over and over? Because that's not going to bring a different result, okay? Again, with the moving, okay, or the shifting or the taking a vacation, getting yourself outside this current energy and physical surrounding that you're currently in, you have to remove yourself. You have to do something different, even if it's something small. Start there. If it's too overwhelming to think, oh my God, I can't pack up and leave my area, you know, and some people just do that on a whim, like they just go, you know, state hopping, if you will. Like first 6 months of the year, they'll live they'll live on the West Coast. The next 6 months, they'll live, you know, in the Midwest. And that's just kind of how they live their life. And then for some of us, it's a lot more difficult to actually see and feel that happening, right? And actually making it happen. So they're just asking you guys, hey, just be a little open. Be open, all right? And they're telling me again, just start with a vacation if that's what it takes. Start with a vacation. Perhaps vacation in an area, even if it's just for a long weekend, in an area that you have considered moving to or wondering about, right? I think that's a little less scary too, that if you're looking to move or shift areas, going to check out what you can expect is a little bit easier on the nerves than just making that jump full force, right? So also something to consider. All right. Next card we've pulled out is be humble. During your journey, and they're wanting me to reflect on what it's taken for you to get to where you're at today. Don't forget the hard work and the dedication and what you've done, okay, to get to where you are today. And sometimes you kind of have to step outside yourself, all right? Be humble to the possibilities and the feelings that you perhaps have pushed down a bit, and allow yourself. This whole reading is just really, they're basically asking you guys to open yourself up, okay? Take a pause, reflect, and be open, all right? The next card we've pulled is think it through. Listen, if if a Libra does anything, it's think it through. And I'm not trying to categorize you all in one big lump, okay? They're just showing me a collective group of you, all right? You're overthinkers, okay? For the most part. You think it through too much sometimes. There's too many what ifs, okay? Think it through, but then put a stop to it and say, all right, I've thought about this. These are the pros and cons. What's next? Will I take that next step? And what is it? Okay? Take it in small bites. I think that might help not make you feel so overwhelmed in these changes and transitions that you may want to make but are so hesitant. Assess the situation. You guys are great at doing this. And you guys are great oftentimes at seeing things from all different aspects, different points of view. At first, you may come off, of course, your opinions, your thoughts, your point of view, and you may have a little tunnel vision. But after a period of time, you're certainly you are an open individual when you allow yourself to be. And assess what you have going on. Is your current situation fulfilling to you? Okay. Do you feel something is missing? Do you just need to add a component? Okay. These are very small steps again, so you can eventually take that leap that you're meant to take. And look this is your last card, your last oracle card, open to change. Be open. So the money, the love, the power, Libra, you can have it all without a question. And depending on how quickly you move through these steps and how quickly you assess the changes that need to be made, a lot of you will reach this in 2024. For some, it will start now and trickle into 2025. It just depends on how open you want to be about certain situations and how quickly you want to make some of the changes, right? And they're telling me that you, in fact, do want to make the changes. So the changes are certainly in your heart, okay? The changes have certainly been in your mind, okay? It's something you want and something you've considered doing. But for whatever reason, you just get back into that routine. Sometimes that routine is comfort, and just doing what you know and just kind of trugging along. But you're kind of getting to a point right now, my beautiful Libra friends, that you're kind of, I don't want to say irritated, but you're kind of antsy, right? You're wanting more, and now you're wanting to do something about it, okay? Which is wonderful. It just means that the next layer of your journey is on the way. Options is what they're sharing with me. Interesting. And we just pulled the 8 of Pentacles as a clarifier. We're going to pull a few more and bring these messages all together. Oh, here's your teamwork card, my friends. Here's your teamwork card. I love it. Okay. We have pulled, and let me show these to you. We have pulled the Queen of Swords. Okay. We have pulled the 2 of Pentacles, as well as the 3 of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles. So it's quite obvious that this is a reiteration. Let's see if there's any other pointers that come from this overall message. Okay. This is kind of where you're at right now, Libra. You're a little off balance, right? The 2 of Pentacles. You've got a little bit of a juggling act, if you will, and it's not real balanced. You're spending a little too much time on one thing, not enough on the other, right? In relation to the message regarding stepping outside the comfort zone and perhaps getting some opinions and teamwork and some thoughts from others, they're continuing to kind of nudge you in that direction, with your 3 of Pentacles. Sometimes the best opinions come from someone who is looking at your situation, your business, whatever the case may be, in a fresh light. They're not in it day in and day out, right? They're able to see things we can't see, right? Eight of Pentacles. You are always at it, focused, learning new things, keeping yourself updated with the latest, okay? Your knowledge is extremely expansive. And they're kind of nudging me to share with you, perhaps continue doing what you're doing, because some of you are very much meant to be doing what you're doing. But there's nothing wrong in looking outside of that to add something to your repertoire, okay? And this is what they want very much for you. It's time for some reflection. It's time for you to put this more into balance, okay? Give yourself more time. And you don't realize it when you're in the midst of really trying to make things happen. You can go a month and not have a day off and just be so in the zone. But in that zone, you find yourself, you're exhausted and you kind of get irritated and things aren't flowing like they should. Throwing some time for yourself, a hobby, a nature walk, giving yourself half a day off to just do something you want to do. It's amazing how this comes into balance. Okay? Everything else comes into balance. Of course, this comes into balance because if you're always working, you're not playing, you know, your whole, I don't want to say chakra, but your whole system, it's off. It's off. When you give yourself the appropriate balance, ideas flow. You feel rested, you feel rejuvenated. You come up with better and bigger ideas, okay? So the biggest thing here, the overall message, my Libra friends, be open to changes and allow yourself time to rest, relax, and reflect. All right? We are going to draw one final message for you guys from the Motivational Insight deck. All right, we're going to leave you with this. I will be posting June bonus readings as well, so stay tuned for those. I'm very excited on where this journey is going to take you. Some of you are just literally starting. I'm very excited to see where this takes you, my Libra friends. And this is the final card we have for you. You are your best thing. Libra, you are talented, you are independent, self-sufficient, but it's time to open the door, my friends. It's time to open the door to new and different opportunities and ideas. Until next time, thanks for watching.